doing well. This is our third class, as you know. I'm assuming that everyone has found time to do all of the classes. Just a quick note on keeping those ankles nimble. Back to the first class on March 23rd, that modified just a little bit, ball tap and shuffle, where we did slow runs and then the run jump. Please keep doing that a couple, 3 times a week to keep those ankles nimble, practicing your torso technique, how to hold tall, okay? Today, I'm not going to present anything new like I've done the past 2 lessons. I just want to thoroughly break down from beginning to almost the end the recital dance. Your dance, I feel, out of all of my dances, the most confident. It was done before we couldn't meet anymore at the studio. So again, I'm going to start from the top, mainly those intricate combination patterns throughout. Last week, I broke apart totally the very end, so I'm feeling confident about that. So let's get started with the very first piece, and I'm going to turn this way. And out of all the combinations, and I've been studying, I have studied, and I looked at it again today, that last class video. This one seems to be the best as far as everyone knowing exactly all the sounds and getting them in. So this is the scuff heel step. And so I'm not going to put music on. We're just going to go through the different combination patterns. So starting with the right foot, even if you don't do it right, but I think all the groups end up doing right and left. We have, ready? Scuff heel step, scuff heel step, scuff heel brush, scuff heel. Okay? And again, right side, go. Scuff heel. Left side, ready? And. Whoop. Again, and. Scuff heel step, scuff heel step, scuff heel brush, heel step. So there's a heel drop after each sound. Remember to keep the balls of your feet up, or else you're not going to get the right heel drop. So let's go right again. A little bit faster. 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's probably about the speed of the dance. And left side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the only other thing I need to mention for that, so we have group 1 who starts, group 2, and then group 3. What I noticed is group 2, and that would be Niera, Draven, and Olivia. After you've come to group 1 and you've done your challenge, you need to also invite group 3. Okay? So you're part of the invite before they come and you do your thing. So Niera and Livy and Draven, you just come up with however you want to invite, whatever. Okay, so make sure you put that in your practice of that section. Okay, we're going to move on to the next piece. Just a minute. I don't know what happened to your sheet. Let me go back again. Okay, here we go. So when you, every time you step, clap. If you are not moving to a new formation, which we do at least 2, maybe 3 times, you're to look towards your clap. And that's just a general comment. Okay, so if I think the first time would be the time we would able to look at our hands for the clap. Obviously, if you're moving way, to the corners and everything, you can't. Okay? Let me see what else I have for that. Okay. Now, this would be the combination where I saw the most missed sounds, specifically heels. So I just want to go through the hop flap, so you're in your diagonal, okay? So I'm going to turn around. Everybody start with the right foot. And hop flap, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, stop. Da, da. Okay, that part's okay. I said everybody, I know there's just one person. So from here, before you turn, it's back heel. Then you turn to the back. It's front, back. When you turn to the front again, it's back. It's front, back too. So every time you turn, you do the front heel first. But after the chug and the kick, back, front, back, up, front, back. We hold 2 the first time. We're here. Front, back. So you're on that right ball, so you can do the left side. Back, front, back. Front, back. Front, back. So I need everyone to spend time on that. The mistakes. There was a nice variety of mistakes. You're still getting around each time, but the heels just weren't always correct. So let's do that again, starting with the right foot. Ready? And. Back, front, back, up, front, back. Hold, hold, up, turn, front, back. Back, front, back, up, front, back, up, front. Okay? So before you turn, it's back heel first and 3. After you turn each time, it's the front heel first and only 2. Park that in your head. Make sure you practice it until you're getting those heels correct. Because of course we want to be clean. We want everyone to be doing, of course, the sounds at the right time, and all of them together. Okay. So next we have the whole cramp roll. I'm going to look at the video real quick. Okay, there was one more thing. So the diagonal second group, there's how many of you? I'm not missing anyone. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the hold on. First group has 4. Catherine, I think I'm missing someone in the list. Hold on. Save. Okay. I figured it out. So the first group, there's 4. Second group, there's 6. Okay. We just, we're finishing up the diagonal. So I'm talking to the second group. Olivia, Rebecca, Draven, Niera, Sadie, and Catherine. 6. So you just did the left side, and you went this way, front, back. Let me make sure I have that right. So second group, in the diagonal, your left side, walking to the cramp roll line, and just never picked it up until I studied it. So you've got this foot free, and all that I'm telling you to do is 4-step claps. Okay? So that is after your diagonal. Ready then for the cramp roll, which the first group starts. So again, that's Olivia's on the end. Olivia, Rebecca, Draven, Niera, Sadie, Catherine. Add those 4-step claps to get to your straight line. Here's the first 4, and there you are. Okay, now that wraps up that combination. Now the cramp rolls. Just gonna look here real quick. It's easy to get directions mixed up. military cramp roll, so it's so each time you do the cramp roll, you're hearing 4 distinct sounds. Next group, you reverse that. So this is a regular cramp roll where the same heel goes down as the first step. Okay. From there, let me look again. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay. Sorry, this is the only little piece I didn't practice before. So after you do, okay. In this one, it's a regular and an irregular cramp roll. Okay, so you have left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. Okay, so let's add it on to the first sets of cramp rolls. Right side first. So I'm going to be the front row. If you're a back row person, just wait after I do it. And daddy up, daddy up, daddy up, up, up. Daddy up, daddy up, daddy up, up, up. So clap in between those. And then you face this way when it's your turn. So that's 3 regular. So it's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay? So really there's only one cramp roll where you do irregular heels. And that's this one. So again, you're spending time practicing, making sure that each foot is doing the right sound for those cramp rolls, okay? So let's do that one more time. And I'm the first group again. And 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so after that we have now the back row leading for the first time. Everybody's facing this way. And I know you all know how the double pullbacks are working. I know that not everyone always got in that second sound, and that is okay. But you all know how to do the mechanics of the feet without getting that sound in. And the only comment I have on that, besides practicing getting all 3 of those double pullbacks and more, just to progress even farther in that skill, is on the ball change, I want everyone just to do this. Some of you are doing it, but again, these are these little things that as a teacher, you are so excited to be able to just pick out something little like that as the dance is progressing on to become performance ready. So you have 3. And actually, you know, keeping those arms here, remember this is a freestyle kind of dynamic in this dance. There's Nothing really specific, hardly with the arms as far as the majority of the time. I mean, we do the clapping, we do this, you know, so there's some, but it's not your typical like rocket style where everything has to be precise. So I've actually decided just keep the arms in front for that whole thing. Okay, and practice those. You can use the counter. Remember that your pullback and your pickups have the same sound, so with a counter or chair, these are harder. You would just stay in place and, you know, try to get that pickup. Okay, so let's move on. So after the cramp roll, the 6, except for Rebecca, because Rebecca goes with the 4 girls at the beginning in the back row. I also realized that getting to our last formation before our just straight line at the end, moving to that last formation, I did not specify how to do that, and of course what we're going to do is step claps. So after you do you should have the weight on the left foot. So I'm telling you to do 6 step claps. Okay, that is definitely a signature move to formation step for this dance. So you have, and again, this is Olivia, Draven, Niera, Sadie, and Catherine. Now you get to be in the front row, and the rest of the girls, Rebecca, Julia, Anna, Elena, Mackenzie, you're in the back row. So after this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're there ready to do the drawbacks. Okay? So easy peasy after the double pull back this way. So the front row's this way. So you're going to go and then turn around because you do have to go to the back. Don't do that. Okay? So front row. This does not include Rebecca because she was in the back row. Front row, which is the 4, Mackenzie, Elena, Julia, Anna. Okay, so you're gonna clap right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Becca just has to move up with the front row. So you just have that little right to left versus not that way, this way, to get to the back row. Okay, now we have our drawbacks. I'm pretty confident with this one as far as mechanics. The only thing I noticed, and I'm going to go over it, is that not everybody was spotting. Right here. Okay, so clean heads, focusing, spotting, really wrap the whole picture combinations in a nice, beautiful bow. So make sure, as with any movement, especially connecting movements and combinations, that you know exactly where you're supposed to be looking. So we have, and now I'm the new front row, okay? So we have, and the right and the left and the right, right, left, right. So, excuse me. This is straight out of L. Gilbert, one of the center combinations, and it's called triple drawbacks. So you've got 3 drawbacks, 3 heels. As far as the formula, following it is fairly easy because you start the drawbacks with your right foot and the heels start with your right foot. There's a difference. I think I went over this the first week, but anyway, worth reviewing. A drawback is a back spank, opposite heel, step. Leave the heel up, reverse. See how I'm rolling off of my heel? Okay. It's very easy since muscle memory up to this point in your training, you've done a lot of back flap heel, which is a complete flap, and drop your heel. So make sure that you get the drawback correct. So you start with the right foot and go 1 and a 2 and a 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we do just 2 drawbacks, starting with the left foot, and a 1 and a 2 and 3. There's your spot. And then you just reverse, starting with the left foot. So again, that spot it's going to tighten everything up. It's going to help you balance. So it's going to look really cool. So after that is the heel shuffle heel. And that actually, you know, where the front row does it square to the left, the back row to the right. I picked that apart thoroughly last week. I'll just do a quick review. So after you do your square, front row and back row, this was the only really big sort of change from our last class together, and it's the syncopated 2 flap heel turns. The I'm going too far. It's the through part, okay, which I went through thoroughly, okay. So let's review that real quick. For that heel. Let me look at the video. So I jumped too far ahead. Hold on. Okay, so sorry about that. So I'm going to face this way. Your heel flap, heel shuffle, heel step, heel. Okay. So after that, this is the front row. 6, 7, 8. Through. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 5, 6, back row 7, 8. This is the back row. You just finish your square to the right. I have to repeat, keeping all of the center stage families in my thoughts and prayers. Stay smart and safe, and happy practicing. Maybe a Zoom just talk